If you're tired of wading through the muck of low quality leads to find the one or two true opportunities, I'm about to show you one of the most effective ways to attract your ideal client and have them practically knocking down your door around ready to buy. I'm Doug Dotson, I'm founder of Demandable. Now, I know this might sound too good to be true, and I was skeptical like you probably are. But then I started studying what the biggest brands out there were doing, companies like Microsoft, Salesforce, and Adobe, and I noticed a pattern. As I was digging deeper into that pattern, and I found some groundbreaking research from Oxford University Press, and it all clicked. All clicked for me. Definitely all clicked for me. Most SMBs are completely missing out on this. They think it's all about having the best product or service, like I did, or the coolest brand, but that's not why people actually buy. The truth really is, people buy from the last company they distinctly remember that solves their problem. That's it. It comes down to who they remember and what they remember about them. With only a small percentage of buyers actually looking for solutions at any given time, it's a pretty big problem for us. When businesses don't know about this, they make two growth killing mistakes. Targeting only the 1 to 5% of the end market buyers without marketing to future buyers is the first mistake. That means buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now. Or number two, focusing on significant launches and event marketing instead of the continuous presence, like throwing a webinar, making and running ads against that. That's it. Launching a lead magnet, making ads against that. That's it. Getting on social media when there's a trend talking, but that's it. Those two mistakes there are killing your growth, and most people don't know about it. Now, being easily noticed and remembered might seem like an impossible task nowadays, with all the competition and the fight for attention and things like that. But we created a framework based on all of this research to solve that. We call it the Relationship Funnel Blueprint. Now, it's a framework that recognizes the power of genuine connections in driving business growth. We leverage a mix of organic and paid tactics that help you build digital relationships with your target audience. And that those digital relationships turn cold leads into warm prospects and ultimately loyal customers. There's a foundation underneath all of this, which is your distinctive message. So once you have that in place, there are three parts: your multi-layered always on reach, your irresistible points of conversion, your persuasion, and your persuasion. Now, with that framework out of the way, let's hop into the actual blueprint that we're going to walk through so you can see what it looks like. Like I said, your foundation, your distinctive message. Starting here, like in the market, you are fighting three main things: transient, partial, and divided buyer attention. We live in an attention economy, meaning that we are always fighting our friends, our phones, our social media, news, anything, influencers, the dog across the street for the attention of our buyer. It's going to be hard to get that. Competition, competitive interference. Now, what that means is that you and I are in the same business. Maybe. I don't know. You and I are in the same business. I want the attention of your audience. You want attention of my audience. We're always competing with each other for attention. And my brand is interfering with the remembering of your brand. Meaning that if I sell red socks and you sell blue socks, when somebody remembers socks, they're like, huh, which one sells the red socks or the blue socks? Because our brands are so similar and our offering is so similar. Fading memories. The last time somebody interacted with you, the further away it gets, the less likely they are to remember, unless it was a big, huge memory. Fading memories. So here's how we can fight those three things. It's a process we call developing your distinctive message or distinctive angle. It starts with your ICP pain point story, moves your problem solution connection, and it ends with your distinctive angle / message. Let's start with the ICP pain point story. Zoom out just a little bit. All right, so here it is, folks. Your ICP pain point story is going to be a little dramatic. And the reason it's going to be a little dramatic is that quite often when we're in our own brains, in our own minds, and our own emotions, where nobody can hear us, things get amplified to the point of a Gone with the Wind soap opera. Now, I'm going to read this to you, and you're going to feel the drama. You're going to feel a little bit of the emotion of the person in this story. And there's a point to it, but we'll talk about it in a second. So from the moment my B2B cloud services company took flight, I knew the road ahead would be a marathon. The vision was sharp, the services was impeccable, but the relentless pursuit of clients became my effort. The market was a battlefield saturated with competitors all vying for attention. Cold outreach and emails felt like a betrayal of our values, a far cry from the trusted partner we aspired to be. The allure of organic social media, of crafting a personal brand tugged at my sleeve. Yet time was my most elusive asset, with my days already crammed with meetings, strategies, and endless firefighting. Inbound marketing glimmered with promise, aligning perfectly with our core values. But the sheer scale of it was overwhelming. Each piece of content demanded blood, sweat, and tears, leaving me doubting our ability to conquer this content mountain. The paradox gnawed at me. My desire to build a brand that sang with innovation and excellence clashed with the brutal reality of competition and a growth ceiling that loomed like a storm cloud. Each day brought a mounting sense of urgency. A ticking clock reminded me of the relentless pressure to stand out in this cutthroat world. The battle to shatter this growth ceiling became a solitary war, fought in the quiet moments when the office emptied. It was an arena where the marketing strategies clashed and danced, leaving the question of how to reliably build our pipeline echoing in the silence. Now, that's a little dramatic, like I said. But the point is that we want to put ourselves in the mental and emotional state of our target client when they're dealing with a problem that we can solve. So the story has to be dramatic so that we can feel it, and it's better to overemphasize so that we can rein it in rather than underemphasize and not be impactful. So based on the pain point story, we bring up our problem solution connection. So in this story, our character is dealing with four main problems: time scarcity, expertise gaps, brand distinction, client acquisition. Now, here's the thing. If this is our target client, we should have a solution to each one of those problems. If we don't, we either need to develop the solution, or maybe we need to find a different target client. But regardless, we're going to assume that we have a solution for each one. Time scarcity. The solution that we're going to provide is that we're going to streamline your growth process through automation and strategic content repurposing, maximizing efficiency so you can focus on what truly matters. Expertise gaps. We partner with you using a proven framework based on validated behavioral science while educating your team every step of the way. Brand distinction. We help you craft, a unique message that resonates with your audience, fostering authentic connections and establishing you as a trusted authority in your industry. Client acquisition. We help you build a sustainable pipeline of high-quality leads, ensuring predictable growth and allowing you to focus on nurturing valuable relationships rather than chasing after low-quality ones. So, here, four main problems, four solutions to those problems. So we're going to take that problem solution connection and create a positioning statement for how we're going to target our market. Positioning statement. For B2B SMBs seeking predictable growth but overwhelmed by the complexities of modern marketing, we offer a proven system and expert guidance. Our relationship funnel framework leverages the power of LinkedIn ads, behavioral science, and strategic content to 1. Fill expertise gaps, bridge knowledge gaps with expert guidance and support, ensuring your team can confidently implement proven strategies. 2. Build meaningful connection, create authentic digital relationships with your target audience, establishing trust and credibility that translate into higher quality leads. 3. Generate sales-ready opportunities. Attract, nurture, and convert high-intent leads into sales-ready conversation, freeing you from the endless chase of unqualified prospects. We partner with you every step of the way, providing the strategic insight, tactical execution, and ongoing optimization you need to achieve sustainable growth and build lasting relationships with your clients. Now, this positioning statement is great internally, and it's great for us to gut check the messaging and the whatever content that we're creating. But we need a go-to-market angle, and that's where the distinctive message really culminates. So down here, boom, the distinctive angle. Graduate from lead gen, relationship funnels that build sustainable pipeline. Now, why this works? When you think lead gen, stereotypically and in general, people think of a few things. One, batch and blast cold email. Those agencies DMing you, asking if you would like to take a call. Just randomly cold outreach. Cold calls, door-to-door knocking. It's all of those hardcore direct response sales tactics that work for some people but don't work for others. But that's what people think when they think lead gen. Now, since that has such a negative connotation in general, even though everybody knows that you need leads, giving the emphasis of graduating from lead gen, meaning it means that we're taking a step above that. We're going better. We're doing more than just getting you leads, and that's where relationship funnel steps in. Like, we're not going to promise you leads. We're promising you a way to build genuine relationships. So this angle started with the story, got emphasized in the problem solution connection, got turned into a positioning statement so we know where we are, and then got turned into something that's distinctive and memorable so that when we go to market, somebody can see graduate from lead gen, they will think, well, demandable, but this is our distinctive angle when they hear that. All right, now that we have the foundation, we're going to move to our multi-layered, always on reach. Let's start with part one. Now, we typically do LinkedIn ads. The number one reason is that LinkedIn is the best arena, best channel to do a strategy like this, considering the type of content that people consume. Quite often, people don't get on LinkedIn to share cat videos. They get on LinkedIn to learn about their industry, to network with other people in their industry, and grow their careers and businesses. So the type of content that people expect on LinkedIn is always going to be some type of business-oriented content. And that some people get away with doing, posting cat videos. But those that are focused on growth, focus on business content. Great area for us to do that. Now, that's not to say that the other channels aren't valuable, such as, we'll layer on some Google search or some programmatic retargeting, maybe even some meta retargeting, depending on the ICP or the audience. But our main channel for this funnel is going to be LinkedIn. We start off with layer one, the prospecting layer. In the prospecting layer, we are finding brand new people. People have never seen us before, never touched the brand, don't know who we are. And we need that to always fuel the funnel because, like you remember, only between 1% and 5% of people are in market to buy. So we need to target the 95% so that when they come into market, they will think of us. And so that's going to be the largest part of our budget because that's going to be the largest audience that we're going to have to target. Typically, we are doing a single image or a video campaign. Sometimes we do carousel, but it's easier to do single image versus videos. 50% education, 50% trust and credibility. And we're just going to send them to our main website. Maybe if we're doing education, we might send them to the blog that we're minimizing or something like that. But we just want to get people interested in the brand, people to raise their hand like, oh, this seems cool. I might want to learn more about this in the future. Next, we're going to have nurture layer one. It's going to be our 90-day engagement. The goal of this campaign is going to be to build trust, credibility, and authority. Typically at scale, we're going to have 30% of our budget here, and we're going to be targeting our 90-day engagers with the prospecting layer, the people in the last 90 days that have clicked, liked, engaged with our prospecting layer content. Then our 90-day website visitors and our 90-day company page visitors. And then we're going to layer in some exclusions on top of that to make sure we're only getting our ICP because who knows who our website visitors and company page visitors could be. And so the targeting that we're putting in our code layer, we're going to layer underneath the 90-day website visitors. Typically, we're going to have a few campaigns here. They're going to be a little bit different than the other ones. Campaign one, still going to be 50% education, 50% trust credibility. But we're also going to do another campaign that's going to be 50% offerings, 25% expertise authority, 25% brand personality humanization. Now here, where we're going to get a little different is that we're going to send these people, once they click and engage with these ads, to the landing page or an area that is supportive of this content. So if somebody clicks on a page that has our offer, we're going to send them to an offer landing page. If somebody clicks on an educational piece of content that is a summary of a lead magnet, we're going to send them to a lead magnet page. If they send them to a page that is a summary of a case study, we're going to send them to the full case study. If somebody clicks, you get the point here, where we want to make sure that there's some congruency between where they're clicking on and where they're going, so that they dig deeper and want to continue to engage and learn more about what's happening. Next layer down over here is going to be our 30-day nurture. Now, what this is that this is a bit of our buy now. Somebody here has engaged in our prospecting layer. They've engaged in our 90-day engagement layer, and they're really showing that they have a strong interest in our product or service. So we might want to see if they're ready to, if they're with part of that 1 to 5% of in-market buyers. You do about 15% of the budget here to give it some good performance. So we want to accelerate trust and build urgency. And what I mean by that is that we want to add in more content and say like, hey, we know what we're talking about and you can trust us. And then we also want to make them act now. And that is, example of building a little bit of urgency is, hey, it's August. We only have 2 more spots left in our program. Apply to see if you can get it. So who we're targeting here is going to be our 30-day engagers with Nurture Layer 1, 30-day website visitors, and 30-day campaign company page visitors. And these people are going to be, so the 30-day website visitors and 30-day company page visitors, we want to add in that extra layer beneath it as well of, 1, they have to be our ICP, and 2, they also have to have engaged with Nurture Layer 1 as well. So we want to make sure that we are very targeted with these, because we don't want to prematurely ask somebody to buy now when they haven't engaged with us enough for it to make sense. Here, we're going to focus on that core offering, that expertise and authority, that trust and credibility, and we're going to send them to a meeting page, an offer page, a page where they're going to take an action. Quite often, we'll also have a lead magnet in this section as well. We might send them to a lead magnet page to give us your information to nurture you into a possible conversion. The last section here is, keeping leads in our ecosystem. So 180 days. So these are people who have engaged with our prospecting layer, but have not engaged with any other layer. So they showed an initial interest. They raised their hand. They said, okay, this is cool. But they haven't exactly said that they're ready to do anything further with us. So here we have a small portion of the budget. We're targeting anybody that has engaged with us in the last 180 days, but excluding the 30-day, 90-day audience. So we're just going to keep things, interesting, educate, value, remind them that what we offer, do a random case study, like just keep people in our ecosystem. And once they've engaged here, we're going to send them back into Nurture Layer 1 or 2 so that we can try to move them back down the funnel into a more warm prospect. Because I would say these people, they're close to cold, so I wouldn't try to do any more aggressive offers here. All right, a second. Excuse me, let me get some water. Next layer. Irresistible points of conversion. Here we're going to have our lead magnet, aka the babe magnet, and then the offer page, aka asking for the first date. So let's start with the babe magnet. So a quick disclaimer here. The majority of your content should be ungated. Now, this is important because we don't want the first interaction with somebody that somebody has with your brand as a gated piece of content, because most likely it's going to be the last. So we need to have enough free content, strong, valuable things floating around the internet for them to consume, that by the time they get here, they understand that the only reason we're gating this is because it's a high value piece of content that we don't want to give away for everybody, and they can get enough of our free stuff from other places without having to download this. So the primary goal of this lead magnet is pretty simple: convert traffic into contacts. That's all we're looking to do. So here, we are going to call out the target, say what it is, that's how it benefits the reader, and then we're going to use that problem solution connection that we had before, put it here. And remember, this is specifically about the lead magnet. What value does the lead magnet provide? What benefits does the lead magnet provide? Why is it valuable for them to download it and do something with it? That's the point of the lead magnet. And I mean, that's the point of this page, to sell the lead magnet and sell the value and give people a reason to give us their information. Here we have a little bit more big benefit statement, 1, 2, 3, images and videos, take the action, download the lead magnet. Next landing page that we have is that first date page. We've wooed them, we've romanced them, we were helpful, and we didn't pitch slap them. So we've done all the right things at the right time. Now we're ready to commit, and we want some commitment from them. The primary goal here is to get that first date. That's that discovery call on the calendar. Here, we are going to use a similar, the same header, but we want it to be selling the offer. Now, what you have to remember about each of these landing pages and each of the content is that you want to be able to sell and encourage the very next step. In the lead magnet, all we're doing is selling the value of the lead magnet, improving the value of the lead magnet. On the first date page, all we're doing is proving why they should take this first date with us, have this meeting. We're not trying to sell the offer. We're trying to sell the meeting and saying that it's valuable for you to meet with us even before you spend any money or take any time. That's what we want to do there. Big benefit statements. We have a little bit more here. Add in some social proof where we have it, and do one last take an action section. Now, our last part is going to be the persuasion and persuasion. Now, like I said, the lead magnet page, the only goal is to get that contact information. So since we got our contact information, I want to let you know that just because somebody downloads a lead magnet doesn't mean that they're ready to buy. It means that they want to consume more of your content. So we should not assume that we're going to send an email, book a call, book a call, book a call, book a call. No, we want to continue doing what we were doing before that made somebody comfortable enough to give us their email in the first place. So these are future sales opportunities that we want to continue to nurture in a more intimate way now that we have their contact information. So we're digital friends, but we're not ready for that first date yet. So let's keep doing that. First step, we're going to deliver that lead magnet. We're going to send a thank you email with the promised lead magnet and set expectation for what's to come. I like to be transparent. Like, hey, you got this lead magnet, and this is what's going to happen. We're going to send you 4 to 5 emails, and then we're going to subscribe you to our newsletter. That's it. So they know what to expect from us, and they're not, automatically marked as spam as we continue to email. Next strategy here, we're going to say, introduce yourself, offer a relevant freebie. You don't have a relevant freebie, it's not required. But let's say that somebody gave me the information to access this relationship funnel blueprint. Then what I would send them next is probably, hey, here's a funnel checklist to see, to use as an audit. 10 questions to audit your funnel. Something like that, to give them something deeper, but still valuable. So I'm also going to share a bit about the company, share a bit about my role, focus on how we solve people's problems. Next, we're going to share a customer success story. Like, hey, here's a real world example of somebody who consumed our content, who engaged with our offer, engaged with our framework, and came out successful. Then we're going to start sharing insights. Boom, offer a unique perspective on something related to lead magnet. Like, let's say they download a relationship funnel blueprint. I'm going to dig deeper into the research that I found. Let's say, the mere exposure effect, the availability heuristic, all of these things that I'm not going to talk about now, but that set the foundation of the relationship funnel to help them further stay in. And if we have another freebie, go give it to them as well. Then here they enter our newsletter. We're going to continue to send valuable content at regular intervals. Blog posts, industry news, webinars, other relevant resources, things that we continue to prove that we are here to help them at all times. We're not here to harass them to buy something. Then if they've been engaging with our content for long periods of time, they've read, clicked, attended a webinar or two, then we'll do a soft sell like, hey, I've noticed that you've been in our ecosystem for a while. We're pretty happy that you're here. This is what we do. This is the offer. Are you interested? Yes, no. Not do a hard sell, do a soft sell. And if they say yes, schedule a call. If they say no, keep them in the system because eventually they might say yes. And sometimes they'll have already gone to the offer page by clicking on something that we've nurtured them with and scheduled a meeting with you regardless. So now that we have the offer page, somebody submits their email on the offer page to schedule that first date. Here's the thing. On average, only about 60% of people show up to that first meeting. So that means if you have 5 scheduled meetings, only 3 are going to show up. Why? I mean, somewhere between the call booking and that first meeting, the infatuation faded. We got to keep them excited, keep them hooked, keep them ready to talk to us. So what we want to do is deliver value from the time they enter their email to the time they take that first call. So email 1, we're going to do that call confirmation, and we're going to let them know, like, hey, you're going to get this, and this in our first call. It's going to be more valuable to you than it is to me. Show up. I'm going to talk about the call structure and give them a freebie to review before the call. Sometimes I give them a Loom recording of a funnel breakdown, or like let's go to their website and say, hey, this is what I could have done, this, that, and the third. Get them thinking that we're already planning and strategizing to help them out. Email 2, we're going to have a meeting reminder and a polarizing opinion to get them thinking as well. Example, what most people get wrong about sales nurture. Like, oh, what do most people get wrong about sales nurture? And then when they're reading that, oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Email 3, a meeting reminder again. We'll make sure that people are staying on top. Opposite of polarizing opinion. What happens when you get some sales nurture right? It was like, hey, this is everything that people get wrong. This is the positive side of what everybody gets right. Email 4, 2 hours before the call, we're going to remind them what the call structure is, why they should show up, why everything's awesome. Email 5, 15 minutes before the call, simple reminder with the meeting link. The goal here is to keep people excited and keep them nurtured, which we call persuasion, into that first call, that first discovery call. All right. Now, if you have made it with me this far, we're going to talk about how I can build this relationship with funnel for you. So what you'll get in this relationship funnel strategy session, it's about a 45-minute session, and I go through the time to identify the growth clear mistakes that you might be making, the gaps in your current customer journey, how you can drastically improve your lead quality, and what you can expect from your own relationship funnel. Now, we only launch 2 to 3 of these a month. Reason being is that, I like to partner with people. I like to take my time and really get in with them, create this foundation, really understand what's going on. And we're a small boutique firm. We have 3 to 5 employees, depending on who we bring in, because I have a little outside help if I need to. And we really try to work one-on-one with all of our people. And as a bonus, you'll get your own customer relationship blueprint. So we're going to take this strategy and build a version of it for you. So as a highlight, you'll know exactly what you need to do to build your own funnel. Now you can take this and work with us, or you take it and do it by yourself. But regardless, you're going to leave with the strategy. So if you're watching this from my website, look down below. There's a meeting. You click let's chat, and we'll be able to schedule a call to get your relationship funnel built. Watch this from YouTube. Check the what's it called? The description page, and there's a link in there. Thank you. That's all, folks.